Alright, I've seen this comment and a whole lot of comments like it on my channel, so let's address it. Without addressing the root problem, which is what that job can provide for the person working for it. No matter if the person working gets a different job or not, the problem remains the same. If someone works for a position below the poverty line, and they find a different job and they're able to support themselves, that's great. But then that same job becomes open for someone else to take it. There will always be cooks making food, servers bringing food out to tables. There will always be people on customer service lines. There will always be security guards. There will always be cleaning crews. We've been seeing since 2020 that when people leave their jobs, even if those jobs are desperately in need, companies will not pay more until they're required to. Which means people who are desperate and just need any extra job to pay rent will go for those jobs. And of course, you can tell them, get a different job. You can keep telling that person to get a different job, but someone's going to end up with it. And what do you think should happen to the person who ends up with that job? That's ultimately the question here, right? It doesn't matter how many times people find a different job. That job has to be filled. And we need to ask ourselves, as a society, what the living conditions of the person who fills that job should look like. And we also need to remind ourselves that if that company cannot pay a living wage within their business model, then they do not have a viable business model. Either that, or there's something inherently wrong with that position. So I ask you, and I ask all the other commenters who think that lower wage people should just get a different job. What should the living conditions be like for the person who takes that job after they leave?